Okay, this is going to be a demonstration of creating a break-even point in Excel. First thing, I've opened Excel with a blank workbook, and I'm just going to put some headings in for my columns in Excel. So I've got fixed costs, sales income, total costs, variable costs, quantity, and price. And I've put them in that order to make it easy to insert the chart, because the first three columns, A, B and C, are the items that we actually need on our chart. So let's have a look at some figures. Yeah, so I'll just get my notes out. For this example, my price is going to be £20, and to keep this nice and simple, I'm going to put it in the first 20 rows like that. Now my quantity, this is the quantity I'm selling, and remember the break even is to find the point at which I've covered all my costs and I'll then start to make a profit. Okay, so I'm going to go up in 20s for this example, so 40, 60. An easy way to do this is to select those and use this little black dot again, this little black square called the auto fill handle, and drag it down and it finishes the series. Okay, now I've got a fixed cost of rent and things like that on my business of £1,200. So I'm going to copy that, down there. Now, my sales income would be, so I'm going to put a formula in here, and the way we do that is to click on the formula bar and put an equals sign in. Would be my quantity multiplied by, and we use the star sign, the price. And in this case is 0 because my quantity is 0. But again, if I copy that formula down, it works nicely. Now, my variable cost now is the amount it cost me to make one, and I think that is going to be £15. So I'm actually making £5 on each item, but I want to put in here not just 15 all the way down. I want to put the quantity, which is in this column, times 15. Okay, so if I don't sell any, I've got no costs. If I sell one, if I sell 20, it's going to cost me 300, which is 20 times 15. So there's my variable costs all the way down there. Now my total cost would be surely equals my fixed cost plus my variable cost, and because my variable is 0, I've just got a fixed cost. Notice that even if I haven't sold any, I've still got to pay my rent, so that would be 1200 even though sales are 0. And I copy that down. Now that is my break-even point there. Now, do you remember we calculated it in class? What we did, we said, what is the sort of markup on each one? Well, we know that that is, I'm going to put a formula in here. I'm going to put it in brackets. Sold price is 20, and it's costing me 15. I actually know that's 5, but I'm putting it in the formula. But I'm going to divide that into my fixed costs. Okay, so my fixed costs are 1200. So hopefully, yeah, that gives me a break-even point of 240. Just wanted to align that on the right actually, so it looked a bit better. There we are, that's done it. In fact, I could probably align that on the left. Yeah, break-even point of 240. Now, can we do a graph that represents that? So what I'm going to do is select, including the titles at the top, first 20 rows like that, and then I'm going to move over here so I've got a bit of space, and insert charts. I don't want to scatter, I want a line. Yeah, there's a nice line. Probably that first one looks about right. Okay. Let's put it, I'll just put it over here for a minute and make this nice and big so that we can see it. And the only thing wrong with it is this looks right, this looks right here. This tells me that's the fixed cost. It's my 1200. This is my sales income. Here's my total cost. This scale's not quite right here, so I click on it. Use my right click and say select data, and it's my horizontal category that's wrong. I want quantities on here, so I edit that, and I'm going to have to cancel that actually, and cancel that because I can't see my quantity at the moment, so I'm going to resize it afterwards. Now I can see my quantity, so I'm going to click on it, select data, edit, and the range I want is going to be there. I'm going to say OK, and let's resize that so that we can see it. Yeah, and I can see my break-even point is about 240. It's not very easy to see, so I'm going to go into my design tools and look at one of these, one that's got lines on it, and I can see the break-even point here is 240. Okay, and you can even, if you want to, you can insert there's shapes and arrows and things like that somewhere. We've got a text box here, so we can say break-even point equals 240. So there's a graphical method of doing it. Now that's what you have to do to meet your criteria for your qualification. So you've calculated it, and now you should be able to do it by a graph. Oh, I'm going to just click up here and change my title. Now you can format it any way you like. There's all sorts of formatting tools for putting colours on, design tools for making it, look pretty. But basically, there's your break-even point.